Good morning and welcome to Ayubowan, Sri Lanka. Today we have with us Mr. Sugeeswara Senadhira, Consultant Director of Policy Research and Information, President's Office. He was also the former Minister Council for Norway and then for France and also before that to India. So good morning, Mr.
Good
Senadhira.
morning.
So, Mr. Senadhira, I see some books that is written by you, and one book is Under Siege Mass Media. I think that was written way back in 1995, right?
That's right.
So, Mr. Senadhira, now mass media and freedom of expression, these are topics that are debated very much now. So, what does the essence of the book tell, and also in the backdrop of what is happening today, what are your opinions on media freedom, freedom of expression and democracy?
Well, as you said, it's an ongoing debate. I must say that though the book was written way back in 1995, 15 years ago, the issues have not changed much, or rather issues are of continuous nature. Press freedom of any democratic society is the prime area of democracy, freedom of expression and media freedom. Media independence is an essential part of democracy, and whether democracy or otherwise, the freedom of expression is one of the fulfillment of one of the basic rights of the people, the individual right to information. In some constitutions, it is written as individual rights. In any case, those falls under the human rights of people. So whether it's a monarchy, a dictatorship, or democracy, this is one of the basic principles which is essential for the progress of man. But again, there are two sides to it. The freedom of expression also should be there, but there shouldn't be unlimited freedom. Abuse of freedom is also a bad thing. However, freedom of expression, to implement the proper policy of freedom of expression, there should be professionalism in the field of media. When the professionalism lacks, there's a danger of abuse of media freedom, and then all sort of political conflict starts. The issues of political nature props in only when the freedom of expression is abused or misused for various agendas under the democratic system. Of course, in a monarchy or dictatorship or military dictatorship, this problem will not arise, because the freedom of expression is a very much limited area, and if there's any attempt to misuse or abuse freedom of expression, it will be put down under the iron fist. You see, the repercussions and reprisal will be very heavy under military regime or dictatorship. But whereas in democracy, now we see in our own country, when there's abuse of media freedom, the government can play only a limited role, and whatever the government does, it will come under heavy criticism from almost entire media, including the free media and the balanced media, except for the state media perhaps. It comes under heavy criticism, and the media people feel, some of the media personnel, though highly professional media personnel too, those who are in the helm of affairs, they feel that media freedom should be safeguarded zealously. So for that, they believe that there should be almost unlimited freedom. So that's the basic issue.
So in the case of, like, if you look at the present context, banning of newspapers and things like that, is it a threat to the right of freedom of expression? And
it is, if it is not a direct threat, at least it can be perceived as interference or attempts to subjugate media freedom. It could not exactly a threat, but threat to not threat to the larger concept of media freedom. Yes, because close of a newspaper or radio station or television station should be the final step. You see, before that there should be so many remedial measures. There should be several steps. You know, there could be a press complaint commission. There could be a press council. And when all these areas are exhausted, only one should look into the possibility of close of station if it goes beyond the accepted norms and ethics of the society.
And also, if you look at the responsibility of the journalist and spreading of rumors or false information, are there any legal action that can be taken against people who propagate and promote and spread false information and rumors that can lead to the disruption of public order and security and can create unnecessary problems and also sort of tarnish the image of Sri Lanka in the eyes of international community?
Rumor mongers, I do not believe, are journalists or media personnel. I don't think most of them are, almost all of them are non-journalists, non-media personnel. So those who are supporters of political parties or business houses or with certain vested interests, they are the people who are rumor mongers and who send all sort of SMSs, emails and spread rumors in the society for definite, deliberate attempt to change the minds of the people. Is it that? Though I do not consider them as journalists or media personnel. That falls into the defamation or slander. There are so many legal areas where in the country of a penal
so that
code,
is when that is done by a journalist, that can be called as defamation. If that sort of ethics is violated, then that falls under defamation, is it?
That's right. Yes.
But then if we talk about rumors that is being propagated, as you are saying, by non-media persons, my question was whether there is anything that can be done to counter these measures, because that it also can have a negative effect on the security and the public order, and it can lead to a lot of instability.
Yes, when we had a system earlier, the parliament could call a person, a media person who is guilty of the violation of the regulations, as you mentioned. Those could be brought before the house, and the house could decide and they could punish people. But in the 1995 or 96, during Mrs. Chandrika Bandanakumatunga's government, that was amended, the law was amended. No longer the parliament could punish a journalist on these grounds. But they can be brought before courts. Prior to that, as I mentioned, now in London, very strong press complaints commission is there. That's one could any person who who feels that his say, for example, character assassination of a person could go to the press complaints commission, and the press complaints commission comprising of media personnel, media owners, media men, the editors and so on. So this commission could take necessary action to remedies. Normally they ask if the person is found guilty, what they do is in England they ask for publication of the correct or apology or the correct picture of a story, to give the reader the real picture of the whole situation and remedy the error. But rectifying an error will not give, sometimes it will not go all the way to punish a person. But if there are repeated mistakes or the deliberate attempts of character assassination, then the press complaints commission can debar a person from practicing as a journalist for any longer. That remedy is there.